Just rolled the Lexus in here to Advanced Garage. We're going to do an oil change on this thing. We're actually a couple thousand miles over on the oil change on this car. We kind of lost track of it. So it's definitely a good thing we brought it into the shop today. So we're going to get this thing up onto the lift, replace the oil filter and replace the oil, and we're going to walk you guys through it while we do it. We just got the NX up on the lift, and just taking a look underneath, we have the oil filter right here, which has this plastic belt, housing around it, which tends to break after every 2 to 3 oil changes. And then we have the drain plug right here. So we're going to go ahead and remove both of these and start this oil change. Yeah, so the oil's a little dark. Especially for being like 2,000 miles over the oil change. It's not as dark as we thought it was. That's why it's always really important to use good oil. The oil that we're using on this is the Mobil 1 5W20 oil, and that's what they recommend for these cars, and that's the oil that we always use. So just in case we go a little bit over our oil change, we got good oil in there to kind of get our back. And now we're going to go ahead and remove this oil filter cap right here and see how that looks. So you got to use this special tool in order to kind of clamp onto this plastic housing. But luckily we're able to do this with a hand tool instead of a power tool. Sometimes when you don't do these oil changes frequently enough, this plastic gets brittle and then it just breaks. But looks like this time we're pretty lucky. It looks like we're not going to have to replace the little plastic housing. So the plastic housing is this part right here. That's the tool. He's going to try and remove it right now. It's a little bit stuck. Yeah, that's the plastic housing we're talking about. So after every 2 or 3 oil changes on Lexus NX300s, this piece needs to be replaced. But like I said, this oil change, we're lucky we don't have to replace it. So that being said, we're going to put the new oil in and get this oil change complete. So what we did is we just replaced the gasket, which is this little rubber thing which goes right there, and that just kind of seals it up to make sure there's no oil leaking out. And then the oil filter just goes right in there in that little cap, and then you just plug it right back in. And that's really all there is to it, and changing the oil filter on a Lexus NX300. And we're obviously going to redo the cap as well. Just like that. And now we're going to lower the car and administer the oil from the top. So now that the oil change is done, we're just going to roll this thing out of the shop, and we're actually going to bring the 2012 Toyota Tacoma in here because that has a check engine light right now. So we're going to get that cleared or find out what's going on with that. So the truck is coming and we'll keep you updated. So we just rolled the Tacoma in. We're going to see what the maintenance required light is all about. Is it already off?
Yeah, it's already.
Oh.
And then before you put the key into the ignition, you hold the trip button and you turn your ignition key and you see the little dots right there.
Oh, yeah. How it's flashing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's reset.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So we found out what the maintenance required light was for on this Tacoma. Apparently there's a few different reasons the maintenance required light can come on these trucks. Sometimes for a 15,000 mile annual service, sometimes just for an oil change. And the reason why it was on this time, it was displaying the service 1A light. And what that's for is the 15,000 mile annual service. But we already did that service on this truck, so we just brought it here to Advanced Garage to get that code cleared real quick. And there's nothing wrong with the truck. Just taking a look underneath the hood of the Tacoma right now, and this is the oil filter. You can see the dates on there. That was the date we did the oil change on this thing. Everything's done meticulously here, and we're just trying to find out what the issue is with the lights, because sometimes these lights won't turn off when you turn off the car. They'll just stay on like this, like that. And the Baja design lights are also flickering as well, so we're going to see if we can find a solution for that as well. But it's cool, we do have it set up on 2 different switches, so you can have both of them on at the same time, or or you can have one on at a time. Just rolled the LS 430 in here. We had a check engine light for the gas cap on this car, which we're getting cleared right now. And then the second thing we just got dialed in is the tail lamp, or the rear brake light. So this brake lamp was out. It just went out last night. So we just got that redone right now. All looking perfect. It's just a very small panel right here that you pop open for you to access all that. Really simple. And final thing we're going to do is we're going to put these windshield wipers on the front as well, because the windshield wipers on this are a little bit cracked. But a little bit of a cold start on this thing. Very quiet, but very elegant as well. Really like the LS 430. So that being said, we're just going to get the windshield wipers on, and then the LS 430 is also taken care of. Just pop the engine bay on this thing. Always love how the LS 430 4.3 liter V8 looks, especially without the engine covers on it. It's a really smooth motor. When you crank this thing over and turn it on, you can't even feel the engine. There's no vibration, nothing. I mean, they really don't make cars like this anymore. But we're just installing the new windshield wipers right now. Nice and simple. And then once that's done, this car is pretty much completely dialed in. Convenient. So yeah, just shooting YouTube.
Cool.
The cool thing about this is how the windshield wiper kind of oscillates and moves all the way to the side. It's on like two different joints right here. I've never really seen another car have that, especially a Japanese car. Alright you guys, so I think that's going to be a great place to wrap up today's video, because we were able to get the Lexus NX300 in here, do the oil change on that. We also got the Tacoma in here to fix the little nicks with that, as well as get the LS 430 to get that tuned up as well. So if you guys like this shop type of content, please be sure to like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell to never miss out on a future video. And remember, we have a 1,000 subscriber giveaway going on right now. We're going to be giving away a $100 O'Reilly's gift card giveaway. So in order to sign up for that, check out the link in the description below. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.